And we'll continue our coverage here right now with our Macy Moores, who is live for us in Dinwiddie this afternoon with more information on that front. Macy, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I've got a lot of new developments coming in right now. I want to first start off by saying a grand jury has indicted all 10 suspects on second-degree murder charges. A motion to seal evidence has also been passed. Now, Wavy Jones, a security officer at Central State Hospital, was one of the 2 defendants who filed a motion earlier to seal these videos from being published. The defense says they were in disbelief that the Commonwealth attorney did not password protect the Dropbox link in her filings. We've also learned a second Henrico deputy, Brandon Rogers, was granted a $15,000 bond. The judge granted a slightly higher bond than Deputy Randy Boyer's $10,000 bond since Rogers was holding Otieno's head. Boyer was the deputy who was trying to restrain Otieno at his feet. Now the courts are currently discussing a gag order to prevent parties from talking to media outlets. It's currently happening inside court. I'm going to run back in there right now. We'll be sure to keep you updated as new information comes in. For now, live in Dinwiddie, Macy Moores, back to you.